because I am a little height challenged. So what an amazing opportunity we have this year. This room of patriots, I will tell you, we probably have several thousand years worth of investing in the United States of America in order to keep us safe, to keep us free, and to keep us prosperous. And so I want to say thank you to you, because you are the army that we are going to need to defeat the left that is trying to destroy our faith, our families, and our freedom. We can all understand and agree that the largest threat to our constitutional republic right now is the indoctrination happening in our public education system. And that is why I am running, because I believe we need someone who is going to push back against the U.S. Department of Education and is going to say, you cannot control our children's minds any longer. We are going to tell our children the truth about history, the truth about biology, the truth about civics, the truth about economics, and the truth about it is their responsibility as well as their privilege to be a citizen in the greatest country in the history of the world. We have found that Republicans and unaffiliated alike understand that education is the key to lifting communities out of poverty. It's the key to creating leaders, preparing leaders that we are going to need to ensure that we are going to remain free. On this Memorial Day weekend, the greatest thing that we can do for those that have given the ultimate sacrifice for us to live in this freedom is to rise up, to lock arms, and to fight together to ensure that communism never becomes the United States of America. We have got to determine our children are suffering. Our children need purpose. Our children need truth. They are desperate for us as the adults to pull them from the front line of this war and for us to stand toe to toe. For us to be who we are as North Carolinians. We are the Tar Heel state. We must dig in our heels. We must stand together and we must say, you are not going to get our children. You are not going to take our freedom. You are not going to destroy our economy, and we are going to stop you. That's what I need all of you guys to do. I want you to think about this. William Carey was a missionary, a British missionary that left to go overseas and to share the gospel. It was 1792. And when he went, he said, I will go into the pit if you will hold the ropes. And every single one of us that is running, every single one of us in this Council of State is asking, will you hold the ropes? We are willing to go into the fire. We are willing to go into fight. We are willing to go into stand. We are willing to go and to be called whatever they're going to call us. We need you to hold the ropes. Would you do that? I think our nation is worth it. Many of you know the statistics. Right now in our schools, only a quarter of our 8th graders can read or do math or understand science. They're not even competent in those things. Just 1 out of every 4 8th graders. Did you know 1,500 teachers were assaulted on the job last year? Did you know that we are facing a financial cliff? Why? Because we have misprioritized our money and our classroom time. It is time for us to bring safety back to our classrooms. It is time for us to make the schools the safest buildings in the state. It is time for us to focus on academic excellence. It is time for us to teach our children that they are responsible for themselves. We need to bring back respect in the classroom. We need to bring back that you are responsible for yourself. Discipline, hard work. We must prepare our children to be critical thinkers. As I've traveled the state, you know what I'm hearing from businesses? We can't find anyone who can actually solve a problem. They have to be told step by step by step what to do. That is not what made us the greatest country in the history of the world. You know what we need? We need problem solvers. We need people who can critically think. We need people who can resolve conflict. We need children who are going to be raised to be adults. And we need to do it through our public school system. That's why I'm running. That's why I need your help. I ask you tonight, before you leave this conference center, every single one of us knows 5 or 10 people who are like-minded. Will you go to them and ask them to join us in this fight. We have 5 months to make history. And history we will make, because you know what? The greatest victories come through the greatest adversities. And I believe right now we are on the cusp of a second revolution. Because remember, when those colonists, those brave colonists wanted to fight back against the tyranny that we were facing with King George, you know what? Only 30% of the colonists at the time wanted to go to war with the largest military in the history of the world at that time. But you know what? They were victorious. So don't let them tell you we only have 30% of us that are Republicans, we can't win this. We can win this, and we will win this when we all stand up, when we all fight, when we all give, and when we all decide what are we going to sacrifice in the next 5 months in order to ensure that we remain free, that we remain safe, that we remain prosperous, and that we prepare the next generation to take the baton. We do not want those that have gone before us, our forefathers, to be shamed by what we have not done. It's time for us to sacrifice. It's time for us to pull together. It's time for us to unite. Because I promise you, the left wants us to be destroyed. We stand for what is right. We stand for what is true. We stand for what is just. So we must stand boldly. We must stand proudly. We must stand together. And through that, when we are united, we will be victorious, and we will become, here in North Carolina, an example for the rest of the nation to follow, and we will be a light to the world. We will return to be a place of hope. The world is watching. They're waiting and they're asking us, United States, what are you going to do? And it's us in this room who understand the importance of this. It's us that have been handed the baton. So I ask you, join us. Join me in every person from the top of the ballot to the bottom of the ballot. We can do this. We can win. We can make North Carolina red, and we can save the United States of America. Thank you so much. God bless.